Having been in the VFL/AFL 9 years prior to the Fremantle Dockers, this Derby dominance was kind of expected when the Fremantle Dockers entered the league. Derby 1 saw West Coast dominate by 85 points, followed by Derby 2 by 53 points, while Fremantle slightly reduced the margin in Derby 3 with a 22-point game. From Derby 4 to 9, they won by 34, 40, 33, 27, 39, and 4 points, before the next year Fremantle won their first ever Western Derby by 47 points. Well, obviously the Western Derby is based around the players and their game from crosstown rivals in Western Australia. It's more than just a game. It's a hatred from both sides of West Coast and Fremantle, hating each other just for the support of their football club. And this rivalry has documented some very, very notable moments. The first ever Western Derby, where West Coast were 85-point winners at Subiaco Oval with an attendance of 40,356. West Coast's best two players are by quite a long way. Don Pike had a blinder by picking up 28 possessions and kicking 2 goals, while Dean Kemp had 22 possessions and also kicked a goal. Some other notable multiple-time goal kickers with 19 possessions and 5 goals was Brett Healy. With 3 goals, Jason Ball and Tony Evans both picked up that amount, while some other multiple-time goal kickers, as I've already mentioned, Don Pike, alongside Craig Turley, David Hines and Daniel Metropolis. For the Dockers, their inaugural captain Ben Allen led the disposal count with 25 possessions, although his goal kicking wasn't accurate, kicking 0 goals too. Freo had 6 goal kickers, 3 of those were multiple-time goal kickers, kicking 2 each, Peter Miller, John Huggan and Winston Abraham, while Matthew Burton, Greg Madigan and Craig Burrows all kicked 1 each. The most quiet player I'd say for the West Coast Eagles would probably have to be, surprisingly, John Worsfold, only picking up 5 possessions, and that's the only stat they have here, 5 possessions and 1 mark. For the next 8 Western Derbies, the same tradition followed. A West Coast win, a West Coast win, another West Coast win, a West Coast win, a West Coast win, a West Coast win. Guess what? Another West Coast win. And one more. Yeah, that's right. West Coast win. Then Derby X, aka Derby 10. This is where the Fremantle Dockers broke their horror Western Derby streak by picking up their first ever Derby win. And West Coast didn't really like that, so next year they decided to pump Freo by 117 points, holy. And later that year, the second Western Derby of that year, came a 1-point thriller, and probably the most iconic Western Derby of all time.
Teammate into trouble, Hazelby comes to Banfield, Reeves slips to the ground, saved him as it turns out. Gardner in the pocket, Embley, that's right under the pump from Philip Matula, charging in his tablet. A remarkable Western Derby.
Heading into this derby, their head-to-head results were 28-23, still in favour of the West Coast Eagles. Fremantle had won 9 out of the last 11 Western Derbies, so they were really in for a fight here. And they were certainly in for a close and cracking game here at Subiaco Oval in 2011. And it all came down to a kick after the siren from way beyond 50 for Hayden Ballantyne.
Ballantyne was good. McPhee's got it. Kick around the body. 17 seconds. Half forward line for Fremantle. Mazungu's taken the mark. He's paid it. And he's paid. 10 seconds clock stops. They need a mark off this kick.
He's blown time on.
Jason McCartney is right there telling the players how long. 10 seconds. Mazungu. Here we go. Barlow's got to take the mark. Couldn't get it. Knocked over the line. Clock stops. Deliberate. A shot to the siren. The siren has sounded. Ballantyne though. Now the mark will be where the 50-metre line intersects the boundary.
Oh, I reckon Hayden Ballantyne, I reckon he knows he hasn't got the meterage here.
It's going to go the barrel.
And a point's no good either.
Oh, what about the decision?
I can't believe the decision.
After the siren for Hayden Ballantyne, he must be weighing up barrel or drop punt right now.
Oh, it's got to be the barrel.
It's got to be a barrel.
I don't think he can kick that far.
Well, I don't know. I reckon he can get the drop punt if he gets all of it.
He likes to reel round from this far out. He's got to keep that straight
He's
line.
going the drop punt from 52 metres out. It's online.
Oh,
It's
get
there.
in.
It's going for the line. It's touched.
Oh, it's a point.
It's a point. Let's listen. It's a point. West Coast have won. West Coast have won by a point. In Derby number 34.
After this match is where Freo's second longest ever derby streak started. The first derby of 2012, West Coast did take by 48 points, but following, Fremantle won the next 6 derbies spanning from 2012 to 2015 by 65 points, 28 points, 28 points, 19 points, 7 points, and 30 points, bringing the head-to-head margin within one match. West Coast had 21 wins, while Fremantle had 20 wins, and that is the closest they have ever gotten on the head-to-head wins with West Coast. There were 5 derbies yet to come to be played at Subiaco Oval, and West Coast won all of them by over 4 goals.
Equal with the right bit of Subic on 5-1 for right now. He lines up. He likes it. Goes for goal. Epic. That was good, Monty. This is well within his repertoire. From on the run.
My heart goes up, my heart goes down. We fall in love and we fall back out. I'll give you anything you want, anything you want, anything, anything. Just don't tell me no. You stop it still, then you make it rush. You're like a pill that I just can't trust.
Jeez. And he's got 3. We'll come back to this incident with Brayshaw.
I think it's Gaff boys on the far side of the ground. So they came together.
Talk about his... And Ballantyne had him lined up. And he's going at him for seconds. Meantime, the footy going for us. Going to be a free kick, though. It's a Freo free kick, and things are starting to boil over. This is starting to look like the derbies of old. Back when Pav was throwing his weight around all those years ago.
50 metres, where's the ball? Fremantle, come with me, it's 50 metres.
Well, Andrew Gaff's wisely just standing on the outside of it. So
Ballantyne was the aggressor and all. I was surprised it was a Fremantle free.
It's a Fremantle ball.
Free kick, but that'll be 50.
The handling of, from the moment that happened to where we are now.
Yep.
How do you think the media performed out of 10?
So I think you've taken it really personally.
No.
I think a lot of the commentary
even the
was
Basil Zemplis
the
interview with
acknowledging
Adam Simpson
that this was out of character and that this does not make him a bad person and it doesn't define his character, but within the context of the game, this has to be dealt with in the harshest way because look at what happened.
Yeah, I'm
it's totally out of
cool
place.
with that. Everyone's cool with 8 weeks. Everyone.
Needs to be in perfect years. He's got the most impossible goal. Because the Eagle has landed for the Premiers in 2018.
It's been Dockers' demolition in the AFL Western Derbies. In 2020, the first ever AFLW Western Derby was played at Optus Stadium in front of the biggest ever AFLW crowd of 35,185, where Fremantle got the job done by 47 points. In 2021, there was a Fremantle Oval Derby with no crowd due to the 5-day lockdown in WA, where Fremantle won a sloppy wet weather game, 2 goals 11-23 to 2 goals 2-14. While the second derby of that season, playing in front of 7,469 at Optus Stadium, Fremantle got the job done by 68 points, 11 goals 9-75 to West Coast 1-8. And every best on ground medal has been won by Fremantle Dockers star midfielder Kiara Bowers.